government issue, man. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame! I saw these guys way back in the fucking day. Old DC punker, straight edge. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame! Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame! Okay, here we go. Boom! Episode 13. Almost Human, people. How's it going? That one was going so quick I couldn't even really talk towards the intro of that. So it's good to be speaking again. I took another little hiatus, jumping in and out. I seem to be suffering from quite a bit of dark energy kind of hitting me and a lot of things I'd rather not deal with. But hey, man, I chose this path, so I can't complain. But it gets annoying sometimes, Yeah, struggle after struggle. Endless struggle. Oh, good guys, man. Endless struggle. Good guys. Jeffrey. One of my first episodes, I brought up his band. It's Goat Sifter. I'm going to have him playing at some point on the show. But I think I mistook it. I might have been a little bit more reefed than normal. And I called him Goat Whore, which I think they're out of New Orleans. I could be wrong about that. Cool band anyway. But Goat Sifter, man. Jeffrey, I grew up with that fucker. And we've been playing in bands for years. And he's still doing it. I'm too grumpy. People fucking... I was grumpy when I was... That was the funny thing about anger overload is everybody were fuckers. I mean, we were all friends and shit, but we were all equally kind of fucking assholes. So it's almost we wouldn't let ourselves move forward. Every time somebody wanted to sponsor the band, it was usually me, but one way or another, we would say no to any opportunity that came our way because we were just fucking dicks. And we did get signed, but we should have been signed a lot bigger at the time. We were being looked at, but we were just, anger overload. You got to live the name, huh? So anyway, yeah, episode 13, I wanted to talk about the coming podcast. It's been pushed back to September, October, first week of October, and that is because I have got myself a fabulous music director, Jeff Haskins, of Thunderfist fame and notoriety. He's going to be my G. Smith or Paul Schaefer if you have it. He's going to play the intros, the outros, things like that. He'll coordinate with bands as they come in and play. I plan on having a lot of bands. I think Salt Lake. And I grew up with a lot of you guys. You'll be getting calls. I will definitely start looking for some people to be appearing. Once we look like all the pieces are in place, and we can get going. I've already got one of the first guests. And, I've got some general ideas lined up, but you may be getting a call. And I hope you take it up. It'll be fun. Who cares if, we get a dozen people. It'll be the coolest 12 people ever, man. I think it'll do a little bit better than that, to be honest, or I wouldn't be doing it. But anyway, the name of the podcast will be Year Zero. I've been seeing that come up a lot lately, and it kind of strikes a chord with me. If you're not familiar with the term, which I'm sure very few people are, you have to be some kind of odd duck like I am with this shit. But Year Zero is the coming age of Lucifer, when Lucifer ascends his throne over humanity. And I think we're at that time, dude. I think, for an analogy, Lord of the Rings, the gates of Mordor have opened. And what's coming cannot be stopped. The only thing that it's too late it's like Rohan. I'm sorry, I hate to do these references, but, you want to avoid war, but it's coming your way. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a combat. We're being attacked on so many fronts right now, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. And it is a Luciferian cabal. It honestly is. I dismissed it for a few years. Like, I thought it was silly. I was a Satanist at one time, and I thought it was silly. I thought I had a pretty good handle on Satanism, and most Satanists I've always met are great people, and Satanism's a whole different ball of wax, folks. Satanists, to me, you got anarchists, rebels, people who want to go against the traditional grains of society. That's fine by me. That's cool. Luciferians, however, they are like the Nazi. They need control over humanity, for they believe in the coming. It's just as crazy. Luciferians are just as nuts as born again Christians that wail and fall on the floor. They're crazier because they believe in blood sacrifice and things on massive levels. The more slaughter and mayhem, the better. The more they can please the demons that they want, And like I said, just because you don't believe it does not mean it's real. It is 100% real. I am staking my life on it, literally, because I have no doubts. I have no doubts anymore. These Epstein things, and these are just little hints, but we've been hearing it forever. It's just all starting to come to the surface. So, this is a war that's, like I said, more coming at you, a full army. We're being attacked on technological levels. 5G. 5G was developed by the government to disperse crowds. It will send a 5G wave, excuse me, that basically microwaves people close. It doesn't kill them, but it does damage them, and it does harm them, and it makes the crowd disperse. So they're using that same fucking technology to hook up my phone and my TV. Get the fuck out of here. They are on a mission to kill not only humanity, but animals, like creation. They need creation gone and destroyed. They are moving to a new transhuman state in their belief system. A lot of people, if you haven't heard of the transhumanist movement, check it out. People literally want to hook themselves to AI technology and try to live immortally. And they're getting closer to doing it. I think they're actually doing it. I think a lot of these things have been going on for years. It's just slowly, like I said, bubbling to the surface. So, technologically, they need to destroy this planet. They need to do whatever they can to destroy as much of this. And having the president we have, who, you people just, someday you'll see. And someday, traitors to the cause. You are turncoats. You are literally, you don't realize it, but you are turncoats. You are subjects to the crown. And you have no idea. It's because of ignorance and apathy why you are. but you are all loyal subjects to the crown. This is a war for not only the United States of America, it's a war for humanity. And people don't want to believe it. People want to believe dumb bitches like AOC, and Nancy Pelosi and Rotten Crotch Maddow, Chris Matthews, BDI fucking Chris Matthews. You know that motherfucker rolled with Epstein. You know he had to have. I just saw Katie Couric. Flew to Pedo Island, man. What's up with that? I always thought she was a sweet little thing. I always thought Katie Couric was cured and shit growing up as a kid. George Stephanopoulos, but that doesn't shock me. He's like a white Michael Jackson. 4'5" fucking little munchkin bitch kicking the ass. Yeah, what a fucking... he has to play with people his size, I guess. And I guess little kids are his thing. But it's surprising. These names are going to keep on getting leaked out. You're not going to hear of it. You won't hear about it on whatever, Johnny has shitty news sources. I can't remember what was said to me, but my God, where are you getting your news, people? Like, obviously from a fucking dumpster, like a dumpster fire of media, fucking CIA propped bullshit, and you people believe it. That's the funny. Ignorance and arrogance, they kind of go hand in hand. When you are an arrogant person, you will hold your ground even if you're, have your head up your ass. And that's kind of the stance in the front I see with a lot of people, because they literally don't know two squirts of piss of what they're talking about or what's really happening in the world. They have no historical reference for why these things are happening. They just share fucking New York Times and Washington Compost things, trying to make themselves sound like they're relevant in their belief systems. Anywho, another front, we're being attacked, by the media, technologies. We're environmentally being attacked. The chemtrails. Everybody knows that they're happening. It's just amazing how this shit is in plain sight. It's just in plain sight. And we just go about our day. I do too. I'm just as guilty of it. I'm not calling the FAA and saying, what the fuck? But so it's just the gate, like I said, the gates of Mordor are open. And there's no more liberation, humanity. People are being forced into categories. Like, if you don't agree with anything, like transgender people, if you don't agree with a political view anymore, you are categorized quick. These left-leaning douchebags, who, in my opinion, are the most racist people. A person's a racist when they have to pinpoint somebody's difference. Liberals do that. That's a, African American, gay. We're fucking Americans. It's a nice mix of folks. When you start categorizing people, that is racist. That's separating people into columns, and that's exactly what has been done into humanity. Us versus them. I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit, but this is a topic that you can go in any direction. That's how saturated we are. We are approaching year zero. We are approaching war, open war. if you like it or not. The economy is about to do some fun shit. There's some fun things happening. I mean, the sad thing is the longer you keep your heels in and refuse to start looking elsewhere and other sources, the more backwards and archaic and antiquated your belief systems are going to be. You're just going to be a washed up. I'm just telling you this as a friend and someone who's looking out and loves everybody I'm broadcasting to. Even if it's a harsh tone, I'm just saying, the longer you keep yourself in whatever pathetic bubble you're in, locked in, when next time you're going to post on something, kind of look at your situation and what you're doing in life and your relation to the subject matter you're going to post on. And think about it. Are you in a position to do it? Especially if you're called on it. You've got to look at other sides. If I don't like something, I don't like the LDS Church, man. I think they're fucked. I think they're corrupt as hell. I do want to start focusing a lot of time on the corruption of the LDS Church. Talk about Luciferians. They're the ultimate Luciferian fucking douchebag piece of shit, child raping, fucking misogynistic assholes. Sorry, I talk about not categorizing people. What is that? My hypocrisy knows no limits sometimes. But I do want to get into that because that's a big subject matter. The LDS Church and its relevance. Anyway, I think, I've probably talked people out. I'm going to kind of wrap this up. I just want people to be aware. Look at what's going around. We're being surrounded. We're being watched everywhere we go. We're being recorded. It's kind of coming to a point now to where they're having technologies where they can read your thoughts. I think I'd rather go and hang out with Winston Smith in his spot, man. It was kind of dark and grubby, but I don't know. There's a couple nice things that go with this fucking Luciferian system. Katy Perry. But she's a cannibal too. That sucks. All these people, she's a cannibal piece of shit. Okay, so I will let you guys go. Episode 13. God bless each and every one of you. It's time to wake up. I need to throttle you. I've got to wake you up before it's too late. You can't, they came for the Jews and I turned away because I wasn't a Jew. They came for the communists and I turned away because I wasn't a communist. But now they're knocking on my front door and it looks like they've come for me, And that's taken from a poem in I want to say the 40s during Hitler's reign. I didn't say it verbatim, but you get the idea. It's time, especially those of you who have children, it's time. It's time to wake up and see. I mean, if you have children, think how fortunate you are when it comes out that how many millions of children have been just butchered and organs harvested. I've got video footage. Now, this is what I talk about when I say I know the shit I'm talking about. I have seen video footage, which I have posted before, of a 3-year-old little girl being live organ harvested, having a live retrieval. They just do nobody gave a fuck. There was a stack of dead little people. And they just held this child down. They did not give two shits, the screaming, the yelling, the horror. If I remember, it was smuggled out of Syria. Because that's what they do, man. They fucking. We're not dealing with normal people. We are dealing with the ultimate, the antithesis of evil. I shit you not, people. The antithesis.